the Super Yummy Kitchen!
Hello young chefs and welcome back to the Super Yummy Kitchen!
We are with Chef Allegra and she is cooking Spaghetti Bolognese with doughballs.
We're cooking these meals with our families,
Learning new skills and having loads of fun!
Here are all the ingredients you need. Joining us all the way from Florida in America is Chef Kristy.
Thanks for joining us, Chef Kristy.
Hi, I'm Chef Kristy Vasquez. I'm so excited to be cooking today with Super Yummy Kitchen. Today we are going to make Spaghetti Bolognese and we're going to make garlic knots. Chef Allegra is going to be making dough balls. Very similar, but I put a little twist on mine.
Did you know Florida is an American state that covers over 65,000 square miles with lots of beaches? Florida is also famous for its orange juice, which is full of vitamin C. More than 430,000 acres of citrus are grown in Florida, producing 77.3 million boxes of fruit, and 95% of it gets turned into juice.
Let's get cooking!
Make sure you wash your hands really well.
Start with your flour. This shall be half white flour and half whole wheat flour.
Next, we add the yeast and the sugar.
The sugar helps the yeast to grow so the dough can rise.
Finally, add your butter melted into the warm water.
We're going to mix this together till it kind of forms a dough. This is the fun part.
Make sure you mix really well. Then you'll be ready to start kneading.
Little bit of flour on the table. Now this is called kneading. So you knead the dough to get the yeast working, to activate the yeast. Now the reason why I'm putting a little bit of flour down is because I can feel it's a little bit sticky. And so when it gets sticky, then you put a bit more flour down. Not too much, just enough so that it doesn't stick to the table or whatever you're kneading it on. Cracking job, Oscar. And this is something that can be fun for everyone. Come on, Craig, get stuck in. You push it away, and then you bring it back over on itself, and you push it away, and you give it a turn, and you push it away, bring it back over. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, don't just go like this, because that's not really, it's quite fun. It does feel quite nice, but it doesn't really do too much.
Knead the dough for 10 whole minutes.
After 10 minutes, you will see that your little ball of dough is looking nice, and when you give it a prod, it's a bit springy.
This was fun. What's next, Chef Kristy?
Take the bowl, dump any excess flour out, line it with a little olive oil, roll the dough in there, and then we're going to cover it with some plastic wrap. And it's going to take about 2 hours for the dough to rise, and it should double in size.
I've lived in this house quite a long time. You can see I've got a lot of stuff. And I know where my warm place is, where I always prove my doughs. I put it in the cupboard with my boiler. So that's where I'm going now.
Your dough needs to rest in a warm place for up to 1.5 to 2 hours so it can rise.
Now it's time for our bolognese.
Now beef mince is what you need here, about 400 grams of that. Got a pan over here. And you want, ideally, for the pan to be oven-proof, as in not have any plastic bits, because we're going to start it on the stovetop and then we're going to finish it in the oven. Now our pan's nice and hot. You need that to be hot before the mince goes in. Mince going in first, and we're going to do what's called browning it. So that goes in nice and gently, like so. Lovely. Keep that moving around in the pan, spread it out. And what's going to happen now is it's going to start to brown in that bit of oil and in the fat that comes out of the beef mince. And that's going to make it yummier.
Next, chop up your celery. Be very careful.
Then peel your carrots.
And finally, get grating. Everyone can join in with this.
Chef Allegra is amazing at it. Grating is her superpower. Don't try to go this fast at home. Make sure you're very careful.
Oh. Ta-da!
Chef Kristy is adding onions as well for a little extra kick.
Make sure you keep stirring your mince.
I can see I'm beginning to get those nice brownie bits that we wanted, and now's the time to put the veg in. Celery first. Give that a good stir. Then the courgette. And lastly, the carrot. Coming along nicely, really nice smell. We're going to go in with a bit of pepper. A little bit of pepper going in. And a bit of tomato puree. So it's like concentrated tomato, no added sugar, like about that much. A good squirt.
Next, we need to add tomato sauce that Chef Andrew taught us how to make.
Stir it all up together.
Get your beef stock pot and add 500 millilitres of hot water.
You may want to get an adult to help you with this. Stir it until it dissolves in the water. And that's our final ingredient going into our bolognese right now. There's beef stock in. Oh, do you hear that sizzle? Oh, so satisfying. This is what you call a busy boil. See those big bubbles? Busy, busy, busy boil. We don't want a busy boil anymore. Now we're going to turn the busy boil down to what we call a relaxed simmer.
Let your bolognese simmer on the stove for 10 minutes and preheat your oven to 180 degrees.
Get a bit of foil, or maybe you've got a lid. I don't have a lid, so I'm going to use some foil. Foil goes on. Doesn't have to be tight. Just around the edge. Doesn't even need to be completely covered.
Pop the whole pan in the oven for 1 hour. Now, how is our dough doing, Chef Allegra?
And look at that. The dough has doubled in size. You can see that before it was, well, half the size. So what we do now is our yeast has done lots and lots of work, and we're going to thank it by giving it another knead. Now this is called, because I'd like to teach you all the technical terms, knocking it back. So this is just a quick knead. This isn't a 10-minute knead, like 2-minute knead. Oh. And immediately I can feel that dough tensing up again. Now this is an oiled tray, just a little standard oven tray. Nice, just very lightly oiled, just so the dough will stick. And what you want to do now is you want to pick off kind of like walnut sized. And the key here is that when you pick them off, you want to give them a nice roll. And when you put them on, you don't want there to be any cracks on the top. Because when you get cracks on the top, they don't rise so nicely and they don't look so pretty when they come out. You can also do them on the table if you like that better. Roll it like that. Roly, roly, roly. Okay, last one. And then you put the oiled bit of cling film on them again, because guess what? They're going to have a second rise. They're going to prove again.
Put your dough balls back in the warm plate for half an hour.
Now let's see how Chef Kristy makes her garlic twists.
Now we get to roll the dough out. It's kind of like Play-Doh. Sometimes if you use both hands, kind of giving just a little bit of pressure, kind of make it look like a snake. So we're gonna tie the dough into little knots. Isn't that fun?
Wow, that's so cool. You can use a bit of flour again if they get sticky.
What a great idea, Chef Kristy. Can you see how she's making sure not to tie the knots too tight, Oscar? Right, let's see how our dough balls are doing. Oh, look at that. See, they've grown. You can see they've puffed up and they're nearly touching now. They're a couple of centimetres apart before, and now they're nearly touching. The bolognese has now had an hour in the oven and is going to come out. These have had half an hour proving and are going to go in. Top shelf.
How long shall we cook them for, Chef Kristy?
About 15 to 20 minutes and bake them till golden brown. And when they come out, we'll brush them with some garlic butter and they will be ready to eat.
So, for the spaghetti, all we need is a pan of fast bubbling water. Super big bubble on the water. Really fast.
Carefully put your spaghetti in the pan. Try not to break it.
As it gets soft, Gently push the rest into the water. You may want an adult to help with this.
Cook the spaghetti until it's just a little bit crunchy.
That's usually 10 to 12 minutes. Then drain it when it's done.
Now let's have a look at our bolognese. Whilst the spaghetti was cooking, remember our bolognese was resting, and it's really important that you let your meat have some time to rest. So carefully off with the foil, not too hot because it's been resting. At the moment it looks like the crater of the moon. Give it a quick stir. Oh, look at that. It is juicy, it is luscious, it's perfect.
I like to let it finish cooking in the sauce so then it absorbs a lot more of the flavor.
Time to serve it up. Wow, that smells delicious.
But wait, don't forget the dough balls.
Now when they come out, you give them a tiny little brush with butter just to make them all glossy and shiny and lovely and yummy.
And there we are, ready to serve for dinner.
Yummy, these dough balls were a great idea.
And that is your slightly life-changing spaghetti bolognese with dough ball recipe, courtesy of the Super Yummy Kitchen. See you next time.
Super yummy!
This recipe is loaded with vegetables. We've used celery and onions, as well as grated carrot and courgette in our bolognese, which provides lots of fibre.
That's a lot of veg, Georgie. Is it true that fibre is important for our digestive systems?
Yes, that's right. Some people also like to use half meat and half lentils in their bolognese for even more fibre. You should try it next time.
Don't forget to check out the pasta shapes activity pack. We had lots of fun.
Next time, Chef Andrew's cooking easy peasy risotto, and joining us all the way from Hong Kong is Chef Tristan.
And it's simply delicious.
And super yummy. Brought to you by Chartwells.
See you next time.